Well, it says we're alive. We're live. Live from New York. Oh, wait. No, that's a different show. It's Saturday. No, that's a different show, too. Damn it. Hi, everybody. Have to give at least a minute for everybody to get the notification and stuff and all that good stuff. And yeah.
Just now got them.
You just now got the notification?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. We're having us a revolution. No, definitely not having a revolution. My beard covers up the ghost on the Ghostbusters. Hello, everybody. Tell a friend that we're here and we're live. Y'all not going to want to miss this. I've got some exciting news and updates, and I want to get some people's opinions. And trust me when I tell you, you're not going to want to miss this. And it wasn't the cat running across my computer that just ran across. Y'all could have missed that. It would have been very easy to miss the cat running across the computer. I think the cat likes running across the computer. Or maybe they don't. I don't know. Hopefully everybody's having a great Tuesday evening. And that, I know we are. Thank God it's Tuesday. Tomorrow is Wednesday. All that good stuff.
Yep.
Wondering where my friend Indiana Auditor is. Where's Gregory?
Gregory's live.
Gregory is live?
Yeah.
Oh, no. I did not know that. I don't have his channel, I don't think. I think YouTube deleted it. Hi, honey. So glad you're here. You're not going to want to miss this. Share us out there and that, and see if we can get some more people in here. I made a post about it and that. Like I said, I don't know where Gregory. I didn't know Gregory was live. I don't have his channel for some reason or another. Or maybe he went live like 15 hours ago and I didn't know about it. Man, hopefully everybody's having a good day. What did everybody have for supper? I had breakfast for supper. Gregory is having a dance competition. Because that's important.
Yeah.
Wouldn't want to miss that. I had a dance competition once. I was definitely not subscribed to his ass. You had taco salad. Like I said, I had breakfast for supper.
I had tuna fish sandwiches. Oh.
You had tuna fish sandwiches. Yummy. Hello, Space. 3 Budweisers.
I'm sorry. I'm not supporting Budweiser right now. I used to like Budweiser.
Yeah, I don't care for nothing for your cat. I don't know where she's at. Yeah, I miss Indy a lot too. I don't know what's going on with him.
Yeah, same here.
Russellville Transparency.
What about Russellville Transparency?
That's name in Gregory's channel chat. Russellville Transparency. Okay.
I'm wondering if that ain't Daramatha.
I don't know. Have no fucking clue.
Yeah.
And you hate ale? Yeah, I understand that.
Yeah, but I mean, Budweiser and Corona is about the same price anymore. Yeah, I just seen an article. Budweiser's getting ready to sell off a lot of their brands.
I like their what you would call it. I like Yingling pretty well. Yingling's pretty good.
I mean, I wouldn't have a problem with Budweiser if they didn't pull what they did with that one person.
Right.
That was the biggest mistake they made.
I hear you, honey. I'm about ready to do the same. I have his address. I'm about ready to do the same thing. Just show up, knock on his door. Hey, dude, what's your problem? Be like, hey, man, what's going on with you, brother? Hello, everybody coming in. Hello, hello. Share us out, guys, because the topic I got tonight's going to be a little juicy one. As you can see, justice or injustice, and you're not going to want to miss this. I'm telling you. A lot of people are not going to want to miss this. Hi, Gloria. How are you, hon? You're definitely not going to want to miss this topic, and a lot of the A1 community is not going to want to miss this.
Yeah.
Trust me when I tell you, it's pretty. It's going to be a good topic.
Oh, I'm doing good, Gloria.
I'm actually now subscribed to Gregory. I didn't know, like I said, didn't know I wasn't, but I thought I was at one time, but I think YouTube unsubscribed me. They have a bad tendency.
You might have been subscribed to his other channel that got taken down.
That may be true. That very well may be true. I don't know exactly where everybody's at or whatever, but that's okay because I'm just going to go ahead and talk a little bit, and people, when they come in, I'll get to the meat of the subject. But if they come in, they come in. If they don't, they don't. I mean, it's not going to stop me from talking about what I want to talk about. So, listen, guys, when we have a court system, or a justice system, as they like to call it, we expect to get some kind of justice when things go bad or not so bad or whatever, you know. That's why we have lawyers and attorneys and judges and we expect them to uphold the laws, state laws, federal laws, and all that stuff. Which that is not the case today. A lot of y'all that have been following over the last few weeks know that our son was brutally stabbed by his ex, and while he was holding his child. Well, they had court today, and apparently the lazy district attorney decided that they were going to come up with a sweetheart of a deal and gave her 11 months and 29 days in the county jail. 5 years probation, anger management, and counseling. You heard it right. So basically, he told everybody today that was sitting in that courtroom, and for future people, that it's okay to stab somebody and get by with it. Hello, Joko. You're allowed to just stab somebody while they're holding an infant, a baby, and it's okay. We'll just plead you down, and yeah, just slap you on the wrist like nothing happened. Yeah. Dismissed the domestic violence charge and everything. Now, I want everybody's opinion. Do you think that was fair? Knowing that she's had priors for the same thing, they ordered her to anger management, 5 years probation, and 11 months and 29 days in the county jail, and counseling. Yep. Oh, I know it happens everywhere. But what does that say to the victims? What does that say to the victim's family? You know, that it's okay. You know, that's why we have such bad repeat offenders, because of the justice system, or the criminal system doesn't do any good. And you know what? That's why law enforcement gets frustrated, because they'll go out and they'll arrest these bad people like this, and the officers do their job correctly like they're supposed to, and the judges and the lawyers get together because it's all about money, and turn them loose.
And we also have a two-tiered justice system. If it was a guy, it'd been 20 years.
Well, it's like just Space just said that seems like dads never get a fair shake. $3 days in the county jail and a $300 fine. See what I'm saying? And you know what happens in these situations, guys? Most of the time, the person that abused somebody usually comes back and unalives their victim. I have to say unalive now because YouTube has certain words that they don't allow. But they do.
Yeah.
They come back and they unalive their victim, or they cause their victim so much mental problems that they unalive themselves, and there's no justice. Exactly. That's exactly what I'm saying, Space. That's exactly my point. What happens if she does it again, except for this time she unalives somebody? Or gets unalived herself, because somebody stands up and they wind up taking the person that done it to jail. But that's why a lot of the law enforcement gets frustrated, because they do their job, the ones that are doing their job, and I think this is what causes a lot of cops to go bad. I really do, because they start off good, and then so many times they take the bad people to jail, and what happens? The district attorneys and the lawyers and everybody, a lot of them don't even make it to jury trial, guys. They make plea bargains because it's about money, and they make deals with these people. They lock them up for very short periods of time, and who benefits from it? So what if they commit again? That's just more money in the district attorney's pocket, or the public defender's pocket, and the judge's pocket. And it's a never-ending cycle, and there's never really any justice. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. 30 years ago, though, should have been doing at least minimum 5 years in prison.
Yeah.
When they actually cared about domestic violence. Now it's all about money.
Yeah, because how do you clearly take a case where she violated the order of protection, she stabbed him with a weapon while holding a 2-year-old child, and they dismiss the domestic assault charge, get her for the violation of order of protection, and charge her with assault. Not aggravated assault, just assault. 5 years probation and anger management, and has to attend counseling. She's sentenced.
Yeah, and didn't the judge,
Go ahead.
Didn't the judge say, "Oh, it'd be better for her mental health to be free than to be locked up in prison"?
Yeah. Yep. So they gave her a year in jail. You might as well just say a year in jail, and that she'll do 4 months and be back out on the street. 4 months at 20%. No, they gave him custody of the child. She is to have no contact with him except for through visitation when she gets out. That's it.
And I'm hoping that's supervised at like DCFS office.
It should be supervised. It very well should be supervised. So, it just, what kind of message are we sending to people in the world? And guys, you're wondering why we have so many violent crimes? You're wondering why the murder rate in the United States is the way it is? Well, there's your answer.
Yeah. And we
because
wouldn't have the mass shootings. We wouldn't have the murders. We wouldn't have the rapes if these people would actually be put away. Obviously, they can't sustain themselves in society.
and it's not the first time she's done this. It's not her first offense. She obviously didn't learn from the first time.
Almost sounds like somebody wanted to make their tea time at the golf course instead of dragging this out.
Right.
I think some of it has to do. She's a female. If your son did it to her, now he'd be 20 years to life in prison.
Yeah, exactly. And see, it's not a fair and just justice system because we're teaching people that, hey, it's okay, if you go out and commit a violent crime and you're just going to get a slap on the wrist. All because the judge said, well, she didn't stab him in an area that was caused a life-threatening injury.
I call it bullshit.
I do too.
You have to break your artery. You got to break your artery in the arm. That'll bleed out.
Yeah. But if you read the laws, if you take a pew-pew and you shoot somebody below the waist with a pew-pew, it's attempted murder according to the state of Tennessee.
That's almost every state.
So how is it different than, you know what I mean? I mean, I don't get it. I just don't understand it. Of course, I'm not an attorney or anything like that, but I don't get how you can't prove intent when she stabbed him holding a child. You know what I mean? And how could it not be life-threatening? When there's major arteries in your arm.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to kill somebody, stab them up through the armpit, you're going to hit the brachial artery, plus you're going to hit the aorta. I don't recommend people doing it, but you have two major arteries near your arm.
It's just unreal. Going back to my case. Look what happened in 2008. I was at a bar with some friends. He just started doing karaoke, and we went to support him. Was parked, and our vehicle was hit by a drunk driver. It was his 57th offense, guys. Listen, 57th offense for DUI. 101 offense of driving without a license and no insurance. Now, did you just hear what I said? His 57th offense of DUI.
Where did this happen?
In Tennessee, right here in Tennessee. They gave him 6 months in the county jail. 6 months.
Wow, because their states, after your fourth or fifth DUI, it's a habitual offender charge, and you're doing a minimum of 5 years in the state jail.
You know how he keeps getting by with it? The state keeps plea bargaining him down. That's how he kept getting by with it. Now, get this. While he was in the county jail, they served him with a child support warrant and everything. He went to court for child support and got more time for child support delinquency than he got for running over my vehicle and totaling it out. Totaled out my 2007 Trailblazer. Completely totaled it. Got more time for delinquency on child support than he got for running over, being drunk and running over a vehicle.
Does Tennessee not have a habitual offenders charge?
Oh yeah, sure they do. But if you go to the right people and at the right time, it's money. That's what I'm saying. It's a money thing. They clean it out because they don't want to deal with them. They don't want to house them.
One, it's money. Two, I hate to say it, is about race.
Right. And it's uncalled for. I mean, where's the justice, guys? Ain't that what we're taught, growing up, or when I was growing up, we was taught about, right, wrong, and, how the justice system is supposed to be fair and that, but it's not. How is any of it fair?
Yeah, it's supposed to be fair and unbiased and it's like justice for all, regardless of who you are.
What kind of message are we sending the public when somebody gets more time? Listen, and this happened today too. People get more time for child support and that than they do stabbing somebody with a knife. I just don't understand that. More time.
Honestly, I don't think people should be doing time for child support because all that's going to do is get them deeper and deeper in debt.
Right.
I don't think we need to be locking all these people for child support. That's just my opinion.
So now we got when she gets out of jail, she's going to be on probation. How many people in here right now think that on her time on probation, she'll violate that probation again?
I give it about 6 months. Maybe even less than that, maybe 6 weeks she'll violate it for some reason.
Well, how is she going to pay? How is she going to pay her fines? How is she going to pay her court costs? And she has no job. She has nothing. So basically what's going to happen is she's going to be a repeat offender. They'll lock her up again, probably for 3 months or so, instead of making her do the whole 5 years that she was originally sentenced to. And that, because basically what they sentenced her to was 5 years. She has to serve 1129 and the rest and the rest on probation. But we all know, dealing with the justice system, that's bullshit too, because what do they do when you violate your probation? They take you to jail. You'll tell them you're sorry. You'll serve 3 months if you're lucky, and you're back on the street again.
Or you're only going to be in there 24, 48, maybe 96, depending on when you get arrested before you see a judge.
Right.
Okay, you did this and this and this. Okay, it ain't that bad. You know what? We're extending your probation. Be back on the streets right after that court date within 8 to 12 hours.
Yep. Or they'll come up with some bullshit excuse. Oh, well, and the judge will feel sorry for them and turn them loose.
Yeah, because I remember almost a decade ago, or actually a couple decades ago, being on probation, they forced you to go get a job. That was one requirement of probation, that you had to have a job or some way of making money.
Right. Yes, Space, I've watched it.
Now it seems like they don't even require that.
And I don't know what Space Case cards are, but that's a pretty cool name.
Yeah, I watched True Detective, I believe.
I don't quite understand the fairness and in the justice in that. Well, look at these people that are committing serious crimes. What do they do to them? What do they do to these people that are committing serious crimes?
Nothing. And I can openly admit that because somebody ended up raping my daughter and they haven't done shit to them.
They're just teaching these people that it's okay to continue to repeat offend and that and everything. You know, and I've been seeing some things with going on, you know, about this person violated this or this person done that. And he broke this law and that and everything. Well, big freaking deal. Do you think that it's going to stop them from doing what they've been doing to break the law? No, they're going to do the same thing again.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like gun control. Oh, we have all these background checks and everything to try to keep the guns out of criminals' hands. That ain't stopping them.
No.
Criminals are going to be criminals. They're going to break the law regardless.
It's just like my dad taught me a long time ago. You know what a locked door does? The only thing a locked door does is keep an honest person out. That's it. Because if a thief wants in, he's going to get in. Or she.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if somebody really wants to get into your house, they're going to get into your house. No locks, no alarms, no nothing's going to stop them.
Right. Absolutely. I can't wrap my mind around because I honestly believe that if it had been me that had committed that crime and that had stabbed somebody and everything.
Yeah, you'd be doing 20 to life. Easily.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, easy. They would have convicted me to the fullest. I would have been in deep poop.
Yeah.
Would have got a real harsh sentence. And especially for having priors. She has priors.
Yeah, but a lot of this also has to deal with like the Institute of Justice and the ACLU overturning people's convictions and the Eighth Amendment of cruel and unusual punishment. That's why a lot of these prosecutors won't prosecute people to the fullest. Hell, there was a guy, I don't know where this guy was, but Judge Call said he looked like a criminal during his sentencing. And the appeals court overthrew his conviction, overturned it, because the judge said that. Our whole, it's bad. I can talk to people in like Australia, England. They call our courts over here kangaroo court. It's not even a justice system over here anymore.
Just, damn. And you know what they'll probably do to him, Brandon? Probably nothing. They'll probably slap him on the wrist and everything, even though it's a felony, and probably just slap him on the wrist, and that'll be the end of it. He probably won't even get that much jail time. Or if he or in that incident, he's probably going to get more jail time than she did for brutally stabbing somebody. You know, it's ridiculous. Sometimes the sentence doesn't justify the means. High corruption. It's unreal. I mean, how? What's up, Millie? Yeah, it's a vintage one too, buddy. It's a single stitch. I love it. Single stitch Ghostbuster shirt. What I don't get is how can you brutally stab somebody while they're holding an infant child, then while you're in jail violate the order of protection from the judge and everything, and then the judge, you get before the judge and they give her 11 months and 29 days, guys. 5 years probation, mandatory. She has to go to anger management and counseling.
Yeah, and the only thing bad about the 5 years probation, she'll never go to prison or jail for 5 years. They'll just restart her.
Yeah. I'm very appalled. I feel like not only was I failed today, I feel like that a lot of people in the world were failed today. I really do. I feel like that it was an unjust, and that's why we have so many violent crimes. And I'm telling you guys, this is I think right here what this little incident today has opened my eyes about things. I honestly feel like this is why a lot of law enforcement go bad, because the ones that are good, that are trying and everything to prosecute the actual bad people, they do their job. And what does the justice system do? They slap them on the wrist and they just let them go. Basically saying, F you to the cops, F you to the victims, and everything else.
Yeah. And I mean, I don't blame people wanting to be vigilantes and take justice in their own hands anymore.
Yeah, I know. And it's unreal. Well, look at what they do to people who harm children. Prime example, guys. What do they do to them? They, even if they're guilty, and it happened right here in Tennessee. A 47-year-old man physically and otherwise abused a child, a 14-year-old little girl. And what they do to him, they gave him a year in jail. A year for brutally being a rapist. Okay, I can't say the word. For being a rapist, he gets a year in jail, and they turn him loose. A year for brutally being a rapist to this little girl.
I hate to say it, at least he got a year, because the one that did it to my daughter got nothing. Zero.
I know, but think about that, though. Where's the justice for the little girl that's going to be scarred for life now?
Yeah. Nah, it should be a life for a life. I'm sorry. You hurt a child, you get unalived.
I mean, it just, I don't. I just don't understand it. I really don't. When we're handing out more punishment for people that don't pay their child support, okay, and yeah, that's a scummy fucking thing to do, not to pay for your kids. But when we're handing out more punishment to people for that instead of the people that are hurting people, innocent people, for no reason, you know what I'm saying? Something's wrong, guys.
Yeah.
And they wonder why the people are pissed off. Well, this is why we're pissed off.
Yeah. Yeah, but I would love to see the court system instead of locking people up for child support. Put them on work release. Get a work release program to where they can go work that debt off until they can find a job. By locking them up, you're just keeping them further in debt.
Put them out on the road, cleaning the side of the road or something. At least they're doing something good. Give them community service and that something to help pay for the you know what I mean? I mean, because when you take a driver's license away from somebody who's not paying their child support and they're not taking care of their child and everything, the only thing you're doing is giving them a crutch. I'll be honest. Well, I was locked up in jail. I couldn't find a job. It's not my fault, Your Honor. Or they took my driver's license away from me and I have no family and I can't get back and forth to work. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, no, they shouldn't be taking driver's licenses. If they're going to take driver's licenses, put it as a restrictive license to where they can get to work and come home. And that's it.
I don't quite understand our justice system. It's flawed. And, you know, these people that are attorneys and that, the district attorneys, the public defenders, and that, okay, yes, people have rights and that, but you know what? You get two people. How can you be a public defender with a conscience or an attorney of any type with a conscience, knowing that you failed the victim that you're supposed to protect? Because that's what you've done. When you plea bargain somebody down like that brutally stabs somebody while holding a 2-year-old child, not only endangered the person that you stabbed, but the child that he was holding, not to mention the other child that's in the house that witnessed this and everything. All their lives are affected. Not only theirs, but the whole family is victimized. And she gets a slap on the wrist. Basically saying, it's okay. We forgive you. Here, go attend anger management. Here, go get some counseling. Oh, we're going to give you a light little sentence. We give you 11 months, 29 days. Serve 20%. You'll have to do 20%. 20% is 4 months. So basically, she's not even going to serve a year in jail with credit with already time served. So by Christmas, she'll get to go home. But every time my son or my grandson or my granddaughter lays down at night, closes their eyes, their sentence never ends. They'll always see mommy stabbing daddy. They'll never forget it. And even if they do, and yeah, my son's physical scar will heal, but the mental scars won't.
Over time, they'll heal, but they'll always be there.
I'm still harboring scars from a piece of shit that happened to me during my childhood that'll never heal. No matter how much counseling, how much anything that I've gone through, I still live with that shit every freaking day. The nightmares, the cold sweats, the terrors. I relive that. And that happened to me as a child. Can you imagine? And that I was probably from the time I was 7 years old until I was 16. You don't forget those kind of things. You may suppress them, but you don't forget them. And it's a crock of shit that we allow people to be like this.
Yeah. I don't know why we have two different standards. A dog attacks a child or attacks anybody, they put the dog down.
Absolutely.
Why don't we do that to humans? It shouldn't be no different. If we're going to treat animals that way, we can treat humans that way.
Out of the fridge, please.
It's still close as fuck.
It just don't make no sense to me. I don't get it, guys. But you know what? And that's why we have so many injustices in the world. But yet, people who are standing up for the rights and they're readdressing their grievances and that are wrong. We're bad people. We're rebel rousers. We're this and that. Well, if I don't stand up for my freedoms and my justice, who the hell is? You know what I'm saying? If I don't address it, who the hell is? Because evidently what the people that we've been voting for and the people that are hired to take care of these idiots like this, they're not doing their jobs. They don't care. Your rights mean nothing to them. What's up, Kenny? How's it going, my man? That's my neighbor, guys. He lives right across the street and that. But that's what I'm saying. There's no fucking justice. We see it here, and especially in this little town, all the time. There's no justice. We got a guy that wanders our street right up and down this block right here. Guess how many times, guys? Guess how many times he's been arrested for trespassing and breaking an entry and this and that.
Probably 80.
That might be close guess. Pretty close to that. And you know when they finally locked this clown up, so he's quit wandering around when he breaks into the mayor's property. Oh, now it's a problem because he broke into the mayor's property.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, now we're going to lock him up because he broke into an official's property. But it's okay for him to be standing out in your yard, peeking in your child's window. But we don't give a shit about that. But he broke into the mayor's property.
It all has to do with economic class. If you're middle or poor, pretty much there's no point in calling the cops. They ain't gonna do shit. You make anything under 100,000, there's no point in calling. Anything over 100,000, they might listen and do something.
Didn't want it to be on his conscience. Well, you ought to ask him if the people that are locked up, if it's on their conscience that they killed somebody or they done this or that and whatever else. You know what I'm saying? Ask them if that's on their conscience. See, it's snowflake liberals like him that piss me off. Oh, after a certain time here and that, guys, our lovely chief of police gets to go home. He goes home at 4:00 every afternoon. And our county is so spread out that even if it's an emergency and that it may take a police officer anywhere between 15 to 45 minutes to show up here. And I'm talking about even with it being an emergency. And God forbid if the train is blocking the road and that and everything where the law enforcement has to go around.
So I'm guessing you live by the Soul Train.
I live by what?
A Soul Train. It's a train that blocks emergency personnel, and depending on the call, that person may end up being deceased by the time they get to them.
Oh, yeah. We've had the trains come across the road down through here, and that sat there 3 hours or better, blocking the road so nobody can get across. And, you know, listen, they say it's because their time runs out and that. Well, you know what? If you're a driver and you know your time's going to end, why would you push push it all the way to wherever until your time stops? Why would you block an intersection if you know that it may take 3 hours for a driver to get there? Why would you block an intersection? You know why? Because they don't give a fuck. You mean nothing to CSX.
Nope, and it's a pain in the ass to get on to work for them. I've tried.
They don't care about your life or your family's life or anybody else's. They don't give a shit. They could care less. Because even if something happens to you or your family member or whatever the case is, their train and their job and everything else is still going to roll on. And when I tell you that they own this little town, they own this little town. Because they know without the railroad and everything, this little town would become a ghost town. Especially after HIS moved out of here, which is Henry I. Siegel, that was here for 20-something years or better, maybe more than that. I don't know, 40 years or 30 years, whatever the case was, who got tax breaks for moving to New Mexico. Thanks a lot, Obama. But guess where he's at? He gets to go home every night, by golly, draw his presidential pay and to hell with everybody else in my little town that suffers. Or your little town or anywhere else. And it's not just him. I'm just using that for an example. But it's not just him. It's all the politicians. They're all that way. They're all crooks. They don't care about you because at the end of the night, when it's all said and done, they don't care if your mom or your dad or anybody else passes on and that. Because they're going to go get to sleep in their fucking $500,000 bed and everything else.
Yeah, I gotta bounce.
Huh?
I said I gotta bounce.
You got to bounce?
Yeah, I gotta go give my son a bath.
Fun.
So I'll catch you later.
All righty, have a good one.
You too.
So yeah, guys, I'm a little hot today. I mean, I don't mean to sound aggravated, but I am. I don't understand the justice of the injustice. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't make sense to me. But I do know that if people don't start standing up for our rights, and if we don't start teaching these politicians that we do have a voice and that we're going to, our economy and everything else is going to be in a sad state. You know, we're definitely going to be in a sad state. It's a crock of crap. Like tonight, we went down for the city council meeting. Well, they had canceled the city council meeting. In our little town, we've got a lot going on. There's a lot of little things that have been stirred up. And sometimes, you know, when people get scared, they do things that they shouldn't. Okay. Our town is full of corruption. We have some good officers here, but you know, the thing about it is the good guys here can't do their jobs because the system is failing them also. And what do I mean by failing them? I mean that they're not providing body cams. They're not providing the proper training. They're not giving our officers that are needed, in need of these things, not want, but in need of these things. They don't give it to them. But yet we got a chief of police here that claims that he works 80 hours a week when I know that's bullshit and everybody else here knows it's bullshit. Maybe if we're lucky, the chief of police here works 40 hours a week. Maybe. Or he'll take off early, use his personal vehicle while in uniform, guys. While still in uniform, still getting paid by the taxpayers, me, Mr. Kenny here, take his personal vehicle and go pick up furniture while still wearing his uniform, while still on duty. So we paid him to go pick up brand new furniture that he bought. Now, some of you may be okay with that. Oh, well, but I'm not okay with it. I'm not paying him to go pick up furniture. I'm paying him to protect and serve. Right, exactly, Millie. I just don't understand, the injustice and the bullshit that we have to put up with. And I'm not down on every cop. I'm down on the ones that don't want to do their job. If you don't want to be in harm's way, or you don't want to show up to work or whatever, then don't sign up to be a police officer. You know what I'm saying? When I was growing up, and of course, I'm almost 50 years old. I've got a birthday coming up this Saturday or Sunday, excuse me. And when I was growing up, we were taught as children that law enforcement and firefighters and all that shit were heroes. Heroes, guys. Military people. Heroes. Mainly law enforcement and firefighters. We could trust them. They're the good guys. And we were growing up idolizing these people, the firefighters, the EMTs, the police officers. Those were the good guys. But something's went wrong in this comic book. Something's gone wrong with this fairy tale. The people that are supposed to be the good guys are the worse than the ones that are their actual bad guys. But as we grow up and we get older, we learn that it's just exactly what it was. It was a fairy tale. Because they're not the good guys. You know, I I don't know, man. I don't understand it. I just don't. I don't get it, guys. I don't really understand. You know what I'm saying? How many people that are sitting here right now were raised up that the law enforcement? Maybe I'm just an old fucker. How many people were raised up that the firefighters and law enforcement were the good people, the good guys? Yeah, exactly. We were taught that, you know. Yeah, it's exactly right, Billy. That's exactly what we were told to believe. How many remember after school specials? You know, maybe I'm just like I said, I'm an old man. You know, you'd sit and watch after school specials, and you'd see police officers and firefighters and on our after school specials, and that they were saving kiddies and helping old ladies, and you know they were catching the bad guys. But you know what? It's just a fucking fairy tale because that's not how it works. They'll kick your cat. They'll shove the old ladies down and laugh at you for and lock you up for no reason. It's true. Now, I'm not saying that's the case with all law enforcement because we do have some good law enforcement officers here. But the good ones that are here and that aren't allowed to do their job to the fullest potential because of the corruption and the politics and that. What you doing, sweetheart?
You going to bed?
You going night? Okay. Have a good night, sweetie.
Tell Hunter it's bedtime.
Hunter, bedtime. And the man across the street over here that's in the chat room here, I watch his kids like they're my own. And that, you know why? Because if I don't watch out for his kids, who's going to? You know what I'm saying? You know, we're a tight little neighborhood right here. Within the first three houses, I would say, we watch out for each other's kids, each other's pets, and no, we don't always agree with each other, but I'm not going to let nothing happen to his children. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to allow anybody to harm his children. He's not going to allow anybody to harm my children if he's able to. You know what I mean? I'm not going to allow some little punk ass kid from up the street to come peek in his daughter's window. And that. We got some children up the street that are teenagers and that. I've called the sheriff twice and told them that these little punk bastards are out here prowling around the neighborhood. And you know what they tell me? Oh, well, they're just kids. They're just being teenagers. Listen, I don't care if you're just being a teenager or not. At 2 o'clock in the morning, you ain't got no goddamn business on my property unless you're dying. And then you better have a big gaping hole with blood profusely spewing out of it. Because I have a 16-year-old child. I have a 13-year-old child. I have a wife that I will protect with every last breath in my body. I don't care what your age is. but that brings me back to that guy that I was telling you about until he broke into the mayor's property. You know how many times he's been caught in this neighborhood just prowling around? Hell, we even had a neighbor up the street that shot at him. And you know what? The cops done nothing. They didn't do shit. You know? And guys, don't get it wrong. I'm not angry at anybody. I'm just angry with the injustice. Because our justice system is just that. It's unjust. There is no justice for the victim. We teach our kids, or at least that's what we're supposed to do, that, you know, that if you grow up and you work hard and you save your money and you do the right thing, and that everything is cool. But that's not the case. It's really not the case. Because you got some fat fucking lawyer and some judge that's going to miss his golf tournament or his golf time if he don't listen or get the case out of the way really fast. And you know what they do at the end of the day? The prosecutor and the public defender and the judge and all of them, they all sat back at the end of the day smoking their fat cigars at the local bar, and they laugh. Well, that was a good job you done today, George. Yeah, we put one away, but hey, they'll violate again, and you'll probably get to see them again, Henry. And you know, I'll give them a plea bargain and you'll accept it, and we'll see them again in 6 months. Sound about right, guys? And you know, they want to say that I'm a sovereign citizen. Well, I'm not a sovereign citizen. I'm a pissed off an American. I'm a pissed off parent. That's what I am. I am pissed off because we work our asses off. We try to teach our kids right. And that only for some fucking panty waist judge to... No, don't do that again. And we teach our boys growing up, you know, that it's not okay to hit women and you're not supposed to be abusive, and you're supposed to grow up to be a man. Take care of your kids and your family and this and that. And if you need something, law enforcement will take care of it. And they do. They do take care of it. But you get these crooked, two-headed snake fucking politicians that are lawyers and judges in office, and they sit down, they don't even care about the victims, the people that have been around the victims. Because you know what? They're like, who cares? They'll get over it. How do you want to handle this case? And don't tell me it don't happen this way, because I've witnessed it firsthand. How do you want to handle this case? Well, what's your recommendation? Well, you tell the person that I'm going to give them a sweetheart of a deal. I'm going to give them 1129, 5 years probation, anger management and counseling. You encourage them to take it. Because if I have to take them to trial, it's going to be a lot worse. And that's what the threats they use. Oh, well, if I have to take it to trial, it's going to be a lot worse. You might as well just go ahead and take this deal. And then your public liar will come in there and goes, well, look, man, I went in there and I fought for you and I got you the best deal that I could. And here it is. And I would urge you to take it, because if we take it to court, we can't win. And guess what? the person that's a criminal, if they're smart, they take the deal, and that because they don't want to spend a long time in jail. They'd rather be out stealing or being abusive or whatever it was they were doing before they got locked up. And that. And then 6 months after they're out, they're back in front of the same judge, the same district attorney, and the same public defender. And the cycle starts over again. And ladies and gentlemen, that is facts. That is the cold-hearted truth that nobody wants to hear. Because it happens every day. And you know who benefits from it all? Not the victims. Not even the person that committed the crime, because they're being taught it's okay. The people who benefit from it, guys, is the judges, the lawyers, the politicians, because they can go back and get state money and federal money and that, saying, hey, look, you know, this place is bad. Law enforcement, yep. We need more funding. We need more police cars. We need more funding. And you know where the funding is going? Right in their fat fucking wallets. That's where your funding's going. It ain't going for what it is intended for. And who suffers? I'll tell you who suffers. The victims. The people that had the crimes committed against them. They suffer. Because they let the perpetrator go, who's going to be, they know in their minds that they're going to be repeat offenders. They're not going to stop. It's a vicious cycle. They just keep going. They just keep going. Now, I'm not a saint. By no means, guys. I'm not a saint. I done some dumb shit when I was growing. You shouldn't listen to what I got to say. I'm just going to tell you right now, I'm a criminal. The last time I was in jail, though, was in 2007. But I woke up one day and realized what I was doing. What kind of harm I was doing to myself. And I have no excuses. I was on drugs, yes. But did it cloud my judgment? You damn right it clouded my judgment. Did I do dumb shit? Yeah, I've done a lot of dumb shit. But sometimes people wake up, and I woke up, and I see things clearly now because my mind's not all judged up and clouded and that. You know, my biggest regrets, guys, and I don't mind telling anybody, my biggest regrets, it's not that I done it. That's not my biggest regret. My biggest regret is the suffering that I put my family through, the victims through. Because, you know what? When I was using drugs and everything, they were the victims. Because once you get so deep, you get to where you don't give a fuck. You get cold-hearted. You don't care. My grandmother who raised me, I wished I could go back and tell her I'm sorry for the pain and the suffering that I caused her. Because of my stupidity. That's the reality of that. Am I sorry for what I done? Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. And I don't mean that to sound sarcastic about that. I am sorry. Now that I've grown up and I understand what I've done, yeah, I'm very sorry for the crimes that I've committed. And, you know, that's the thing that people don't understand. You know, they're everybody, keep hearing these trolls and everything, and people talking about, well, why are so many of these auditors, these people that are standing up for their rights, why do they have criminal records? Well, I'm going to tell you why, because even being a criminal, not, you know, doing something wrong, okay, even if it's just a one-time thing, you're on the radar of the police department all the time. They make up notes and they talk shit about you and they classify you and they stereotype you. Whether you follow that or not, you're stereotyped. And when something happens, you're the first person they look at, and they constantly will not leave you alone. And they don't give a flip about your rights, if they violate them or not. You're the first person. I had to move away from here. Even when I started cleaning up, I had to move away because they wouldn't leave me alone. Did they have a reason to mess with me? Sure. When I was doing shit wrong, people make changes, you know. I sobered up. You know, I was happy about that. And I thought, well, you know, I'm changing my life around. I'm sober. I'm trying to do the right thing. You know what I'm saying? And they just kept fucking with me and fucking with me and fucking with me. And I had to leave because I wasn't going back to jail. I'd already made up my mind. I wasn't going back to jail. And I'd already become a happy person, you know, and I was starting to do the right thing, and I didn't need that aggravation. So I left. I went to Florida. And I stayed down there for 15 years. I had to get away. And I came back here because my dad, my father, my real father, he's in his 70s. And, you know, I wanted to be closer to him. I spent 18 months in jail. I sure did. 18 months. Over some dumb shit. It wasn't a violent crime. Right in Tennessee, I spent 18 months in prison in Tennessee. Worst 18 months of my whole life. I'm not even gonna lie. But you know the bad part about that is, guys, there again, I'm gonna bring you back to the justice system. You know, when I was locked up in prison, I got more drugs when I was in prison than I did when I was on the street. Anything I wanted, I could get it when I was in prison. So there was no deterrence to quit. Hell, I could get the same thing in prison, hell, as I was getting on the streets. Yeah, you know, that going to prison didn't make me quit doing what I was doing. You know? Hell, like I said, in prison, man, back in the day, now I'm sure, I don't know what it is now, don't want to find out, because, yeah. But back in the day, hell, in prison, when you had cigarettes and shit, you could get any damn thing you wanted to with cigarettes. You know what I mean? So, but that's not what made me quit. You know what made me quit? I woke up one morning. I was laying in bed. I was 35 years old. Not going to lie about it. I was 35 years old. And I was laying in bed. I'd wrestled the night before that. And I was sore and stiff. And I didn't have anything for pain. I didn't have anything to get me up. And I said to myself, you know what? I'm too goddamn old for this. I'm not doing it no more. I'm just not going to do it no more. And I quit. And I had a very good sponsor. I love the man. Y'all take it however you want to. I loved him dearly. He helped me. That was my sponsor. And I talked to him a lot, when I was going through, helped me through a lot of hard times. And, for anybody that's trying to recover, it's good to have a good support system. And my wife at the time, God rest her soul, was there for me. And, but I was just done. I had kids. I wasn't spending any time with them because I was a monster. I didn't want my kids to see me like that. I was a monster. I didn't want to be around my kids. And, my two oldest daughters, I didn't even get to watch them grow up except for in pictures. And let me tell you, that's hard. It's tough because I was a loser and a bum. And it's the worst thing you ever want to see happen, guys, is for your kids to see you in a state. I didn't want them to see me like that anymore. That's why I didn't go around, and that I didn't want my kids to see me that way. And it's tough, It's tough when you get like that. And the bad part about it is, no matter how much you change, people are still going to be doubtful because you're an asshole, and that's just the way it is. You're an asshole. And then you got corruption and cops, and everything. So let me fast forward a little bit. I got healed, obviously. And I don't mind telling anybody, I've been sober since 2007. Y'all do the math. No matter how long you've been sober, you're still an addict. You're still going to have cravings. You're going to, you know what I mean? You may not be taking the drugs and stuff like that, but you're still an addict. You don't never stop being an addict. You're still the desire and the want to is still there. I have cravings all the time. I don't mind telling anybody that. I'm still addicted. I just choose not to use because I don't want my family to see me in a state that I was before, because they deserve better. I deserve better. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to slowly unalive myself. You know what I mean? So, but let me fast forward. So I come back here in 2020. And one of our sons was in a car accident, and he had a warrant for child support or something other. I don't remember what the warrant was for, but it was something minute. And the cop knew me, and you know what he says to me? Why did you come back? Why are you here? This is my town. I would suggest you leave. The sheriff told me in Walmart the same thing. Why are you here? Why did you come back? His exact words to me was, you should have stayed gone. Looked me right in my eyes and told me in Walmart, I should have stayed gone. Well, obviously I didn't leave because I'm not doing anything wrong. And I'm not going to leave. And I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. And I'm going to keep exposing these little motherfuckers and the corruption in this town until they clean it up. You know why? Because I grew up here. This is our town, the people's town, not some panty waist little motherfucker that wears a badge and a gun that was given a position. Now, like I said, don't get it twisted. I don't hate law enforcement. I don't hate cops. I really don't. I don't hate cops. They all have a job to do. And I do believe that there is good law enforcement. But I believe that good law enforcement goes bad. Because they let that little gun and that little badge and those little handcuffs go to their head. And you know, when we go out and we go to these public buildings, you know, where the judges are and the law enforcement and things like that, yes, I'm polite to them. And you know why? Because I'm not going to give them the opportunity to say, well, looky here, guys. We told you this guy was crazy. See how unhinged he is? No. Don't get it twisted. I'm not that person. Now, I can be if you push the right buttons. But if I'm not disrespectful to you and you show me disrespect, who's the bad guy? Is it the guy that's standing there holding a camera just talking to you? Is he the bad guy? Or are you the bad guy for attacking the person holding the camera, just being polite? I want to be a peaceful person, guys. You know what I'm saying? I want to be left alone. I just want everybody to have the same equal rights. I just want to sit on my own property and do my own thing and not be judged. We pay taxes on our property. What am I drinking? That Pepsi Zero. I've got a wedding anniversary coming up this weekend also, guys. Me and Mary will have been married 2 years. We've been together 3. We'll be married 2 years. But we've known each other for a long time. I've known Mary for over 30 years. And I can't wait. I married her the day after my birthday. My birthday's Sunday, just in case y'all are wondering. And that I'll be 49 years old my birthday. Oh, do I look that old, guys? Don't answer that. Don't answer that. I probably look older than that. But you know, like I said, I just want to live peacefully. I just want to be respected. I want the law enforcement to do their job, respect our rights. And by respecting our rights, what I mean by that is don't take sides. Law enforcement is supposed to be impartial. You know what I mean? You're not supposed to have any kind of personal feeling. And you know, it's like any other job, I'm sure, that anytime you see some kind of a tragedy or something like that, it's hard not to be a little biased. I know I would be if I was a law enforcement officer. I'm sorry. I would be. I'm just being honest. And for those that said they wouldn't, they're a liar, because you can't go to a call where somebody has abused a child and not be upset about it. It's true. And if you are, then there's something wrong with you, because, yeah, that's what's wrong with the world today. Especially when you know for a fact that they've done it. Because, yeah, I can't say that I wouldn't react the wrong way, but I'm not tasked with that job, and thank God for that. I respect that job. I respect our military. No. I've been free of any kind of intoxicants for a long time, bro, except for cigarettes and caffeine. Nicotine and caffeine is about the only harmful thing I do now. I'm addicted to caffeine. I'm addicted to nicotine. So I just traded one addiction for another, pretty much. Not that I have any issues with that. I don't have any issues with it at all. Matter of fact, I think it should be legal. Oh. I really do. I think it should be legal. But there again, that's like anything else. Some idiot somewhere is going to abuse it. You know what I mean? Okay, you only get 3 sodas forever. Go. All right. Well, if that was the case, then yeah. I'm already on number 1, so I got 2 more to go. But you know what? That's totally a different story when talking about like things that people are addicted to, and that you know there's addictions all over the world. Hell, there's addictions of different types. It's true. What? I'm addicted to you too, little chihuahua. I'm addicted to you too, my little chihuahua. Yeah, I know. You're a good girl. Yes, you are. You're a good girl. I know. That's a good doggy. You're standing on my beard. I know. I love you too. I do. I love you too. Yeah. Yeah. I know. Just a good puppy. Yeah. Her is a girl. Yeah. Her's a good girl. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, let's sit over here. Dr. Pepper, Squirt, and Pepsi. I like Diet Dr. Pepper, pretty good. I don't care for Squirt, and Pepsi's what I drink all the time. Well, Pepsi Zero. Does anyone know how to play a Pokemon? I've never played the game that much. I collect the cards, though. I got a bunch of Pokemon stuff. Well, I used to have a bunch of Pokemon stuff. I don't anymore, I should say. I'm a collector of nothing. I don't know. I don't like stuff. At least Magic makes sense. Well, that's a good way to look at it, I guess. You collect baseball cards? I could play a game. I like some baseball cards. I got one over here that's graded. Oh, let me see if I can find it real quick. It's like everything else that gets shoved around. I thought I had it in here close. Oh, wait, I do. Yeah, right here. Yes, it's signed. Yes, it's graded. It's a mint 9, which is not bad. Would have been better if it was a mint 10, but mint 9's okay. Yeah, it's for sale. I got it listed on eBay. Me and Mary buy storage units and stuff like that sometimes, and find stuff like that in there. Graded 5. Soto. Little dinged in the corner. Yeah. Yeah, comic books are a big thing, graded comic books are a big thing. I like some comic books. I like some stuff like that. And that. You know what I think about, like what I like most about Pokemon cards. I like the look of them. the graphics, the artwork, especially the ones from the 90s. You know, I just like that stuff. Baseball cards, same way. Comics, I like them. Some comics don't have a lot of value, but I still like just looking at them. You know what I mean? About the only thing I collect is dead presidents. I like those dead presidents. I like collecting money so I can buy more shit that I don't need. Right? You know, Star Wars is very big and collectible too. And that very big and collectible. Mm. Yeah, I wished I had some of the old Star Wars toys that I had when I was growing up. You know, even like some of the old Masters of the Universe and Garbage Pail Kids and things like that. You know, dang, they're worth they're worth some money nowadays. Ain't that funny, boy? If somebody had told me that growing up, I would. I don't know. It wouldn't have. I don't think it would have done any good anyway. I don't know. Ewok Village. Yeah, I had the whole Castle Grayskull. I had all the whole Castle Grayskull stuff. You know, all the He-Man stuff. You know, and I had like all a bunch of Star Wars action figures and little green army men, all the little army trucks and stuff. You know, all the Tonka toys that are worth big money now. You know, I had the trucks and the dozers and all that good shit. Yeah, the Dukes of Hazard. I had a Dukes of Hazard lunchbox. I wished I had that Joker now. Shoot, man, if you grew up during watching the Dukes of Hazard and everything, yeah, I know, I did. I'm sure a lot of young men did. Had a crush on Daisy Duke. I mean, my goodness. Merman, yep, yep. Wow. Yeah, I don't remember what happened to a lot of our stuff, and I think we just threw it away, or it got thrown away, or we moved, or something or other. I don't know. You know, I don't remember. Roscoe P. Coltrane. Kick, 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 kick. Like I said, I don't remember what happened to a lot of my stuff. Maybe too many chair shots to the head. I don't know. And I know y'all going to think that's funny. Well, what does he mean, too many chair shots to the head? Well, I guess if you were listening to what I said earlier, I was a wrestler for a while, about 15 years. No, yeah, everybody I think had an ultimate crush on Daisy. Remember when they changed the Luke Rupp? Yes. Yeah, I remember when they changed the Duke brothers. It was no longer John Snyder and that. It was, yeah. Yeah, Tom Wopat. Have you noticed one thing, guys? I'm not like everybody else. I'm not sitting up here begging for money or whatever. I don't know if y'all have met Mr. Payne, but Jeremiah, every time he comes on and has a live, that's all he does is beg for money. Hopefully we'll get remonetized again and in September. And that'll kind of be nice. Oh, shit. I'm doing something, guys. I wanted to show y'all something. I think I'm going to show you if my damn phone cooperate with me. I don't know that it will. It's a pain in the ass sometimes. Oh well, yeah, it's updated now to where it's showing that I'm not making any we're not making any money. Yeah, I recently deleted some stuff. So, yeah. I should get angry at everyone? Why would I need to get angry at everyone? I ain't got no reason to be angry at anybody. I'm I'm angry at the system is what I'm angry at. Not necessarily the people, just the system. My favorite comic was Ninja Turtles, Superman. I liked a lot of Superman. Ah. I was a very big fan of the Ninja Turtles. Wrestling comics was pretty good. Spider-Man was a good one. My other favorite comics wasn't very polite. I found them in my grandfather's basement. I'm not going to tell you, but they played a very big part in my childhood. I'll put it that way. They don't make comics like that anymore. But yeah. We'll just leave it at that. Their illustrations were there was Playboy there, but the comics these were just like stories. You know what I mean? Comics. The pictures were cartoonish, I should say. But the reading was not was not about fighting crime. I'll put it that way. Got it for the articles. Yeah. Now you know what? There was some good articles in there. I mean, but I liked reading like the forums and shit. But it wasn't about like, yeah, whatever. Anyway, that's a total different story. They did have, like I said, they did have some good articles, I guess. I would say that the internet killed a lot of that, though. The internet killed a lot of that stuff. Well, because why would you go out and buy a magazine when you can get everything that you want to look at right at your fingertips? Unless you're truly a collector of that magazine. Watch out a little bit. Move. But I don't care for that mess. It's not something that interests me. I just a lot of that stuff that you see on movies and that's bullshit. I mean, let's be honest. How many of us are going to twist themselves up into a pretzel? Yeah. Back in my early days, I made a mistake and sold one that had Marilyn Monroe, and I sold it very, very cheap. And I wished I hadn't done that because I didn't know then what I know now. But sometimes that's a mistake we make. Dungeons and Dragons. Yeah, a very big ouch, Kenny. Yeah. Yeah. But like I said, when you don't know, you don't know. You know what I mean? I didn't think nothing about it then. I was working for the city, and this guy throwed away a big refrigerator box full of Playboys, and I, instead of throwing them in, taking them to the landfill, and that I picked them up and took them home. And there was a magazine with Marilyn Monroe, and it had never been taken out of the plastic, and I sold it. I got $1,200 for it, but hell, back then $1,200 was a lot of money to me. And yeah. Come to find out now, that magazine's worth a bunch. But, no use crying over spilt milk. Yeah. Now I know why the guy moved off and never seen him again. I probably helped with his retirement. But we're talking that was in the late 90s. So, yeah. I was still young and didn't know no better. Well, I've been doing this for a couple hours now. I think I better just bid everybody a good night. Enjoyed the conversation. Thank you to everybody for coming in and listening to me ramble. And that hopefully y'all have had a good time, and I did too. And that, yeah, young, dumb, and what you said. I got something in the works. I can't tell you what it is, but if everything pans out, you will see videos. And that I can't wait. Joe versus the volcano. I can't say that I have, but like I said, I got some things coming up. I can't wait. Hopefully everything pans out. Could be a big, I'm not going to say life-changing, but it'll definitely be a changing thing for us. And I can't wait for y'all to see a video if it comes through. I don't get to try for monetization again till September the 6th. I deleted a lot of videos, as you see, and that hopefully it'll appease the powers to be at YouTube and that. Hopefully that'll help take me off their radar, and yeah, they'll leave me alone and get our monetization back and stuff. And that I started messing with Rumble a little bit, but I don't know, man. It's not the same. I'm a creature of habit. I don't like change very much. You know what I'm saying? I've met a lot of people here on YouTube, and I like the YouTube platform, but I just don't like all the politics that goes with it, you know? I just want to just create some videos and hang out and have a good time. And, you know, if make a little money, great. If we don't make a little money, great too. But, you know, these people that reported me and everything, you know, I have my opinions on some of that, but you know, yeah. I see people do a lot worse than what I've done and still have channels and, you know, monetize channels, and they don't say shit to them. Don't ever do anything to them. And yeah, you know. Yeah, I think it will too. Hawk, I think it will. You know, TikTok's pretty popular. The only downside to TikTok is that everybody steals your shit. And yeah, there's a lot of bullshit on TikTok, and I like making shorts. Don't get me wrong. I like shorts, but I just don't want to put my shorts on YouTube. I mean, on TikTok. I just, you know what I mean? Yeah, you can add music and you can do this and that and blah, blah, blah. But, you know, I think YouTube needs to get their panties out of a bunch and stop being so rough on people when it comes to certain things, you know? Huh. I don't mean they have to be uncensored, but I think some of the shit that they get pissy about is a little Yeah. This is something I'm addicted to right now. I play this a lot. I'm not recommending it because I'm not sponsored by them, but I just play it a lot. I like it. And yeah, y'all do what you want to do. If you want to play it, then whatever. If you don't, whatever too. But it is a pretty cool game. Well, good luck, buddy. I hope you win. One day I might get lucky and win the lottery if I ever play. I just don't play it that much. Once in a while, I'll buy a scratch off or something like that. And yeah, scratch offs are kind of cool. I like scratch offs though. They're fun. Every once in a while, you get lucky and win a little something on them. Well, like I said, guys, I've had fun. I've enjoyed it. Thank you for listening to my rambling. If you like what we do and want to support the channel, the best way you can do that is to like, share, and subscribe. That's the best way to support the channel and support what we do. Definitely, we'll have some more videos coming out soon. And that probably we'll do some more lives. Definitely enjoy coming in and having a conversation with people. Hopefully y'all have enjoyed it too. And with that being said, wish everybody a great night and all that good stuff. Until next time. That's the reason I stopped you today.